Good morning. Hello, beautiful souls. It's Anna T. Brooks here, your soul purpose activator. And welcome to this week's weekly Oracle card energy reading. So this is something that if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. This is something I bring out every single week and give you a bit of a head start on the week, what kind of energies to be aware of. I use the Work Your Light Oracle card deck. This is one of my absolute favorites. For some reason it's flipping it upside down, but anyway. So this is the Work Your Light Oracle card deck, which is the one I will be using. And this is a 3-card reading. So I look at it from an energy of mind, body, and soul. So I pull 3 different cards. The mind card, the first one, this is more of sort of the conscious energies, the things that you're going to be aware of, things that you're going to be noticing. The second card is the body. So this is more of the tangible, physical, like what's actually going to be happening that you're going to be noticing actually in your world evolving this week. And then the last card, the soul card, this is more of the subconscious energies, the underlying energies, the things that if you're not really tuned into it, you might miss, but when you look back, you might realize like, oh, that's what was going on there. So I like to keep these nice and short and simple for you so that you can come in, get your hit for the week, know what's coming up, know what energies we're working with here, and especially at the moment. So this is for the week of April 8 to 14, 2024, which as most of you will know, we have a solar eclipse happening / fading through right now. However, the energies are very, very powerful. So this is definitely something that's impacting the energies going on this week for you. And so I've even got my Moldavite bracelet on. I'm absolutely loving this energy at the moment, which is great. But I know for all of us, it's always different. I'll be honest, I haven't had the best run of luck with eclipse energy in the past. Sometimes it can really, really mess with me quite intensely. So don't feel like you have to feel any particular way during any particular eclipse season or anything like that. It's all very individual and all very personalized. But today I want to give you a bit of an idea of the energies that I'm feeling into that are coming up this week so that you know what to potentially look out for, what to potentially be aware of, and how to, kind of just move forward into the week. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and pull the 3 cards. So again, we're looking at mind, body, and soul reading for the week. So let's see, mind, what is the energy we are having for this week? Ooh, okay, there it is. All right, second card, I'll pull all 3 so that I've got them all here. Oh, there we go. That one came out really fast. So body is very clear. And soul, let's see what comes up for soul. And if you're jumping on live while we're doing the actual recording, when I record this on Facebook before it goes up onto YouTube, hello, hello. It's so beautiful to see you here. All right, we have our 3 cards. So actually, I want to have a sneak peek. I'm going to have a look at what they are before I tell you. Ooh, okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this already. All right, so very first card for the mind energy, we have warrior woman. And the little phrase that it says under there is, have you answered your deepest calling? Have you answered your deepest calling? So this is warrior woman. So the energy that we're getting from this card for your mind, for your conscious energy, things that you're going to be aware of this week that you may be going to be thinking about, feeling about, is you're probably going to be getting some ideas and inspirations for really moving forward on what it is that you've been scared to do, what it is that you've been perhaps putting off or stagnating on, or just feeling like, oh, it's not the right time, things aren't quite in place, or maybe I'm not cut out for this, maybe I should be doing something else, maybe I should look at it a different way. All of the things that you've been kind of procrastinating on from a place of fear or worry or apprehension about what could potentially come up or how it might be, or whether you're good enough or whether you're capable of these things. All of that sort of energy. The warrior woman is very much, I know what I want and I'm going to go for it regardless what anybody else says. So regardless if the world doesn't think this is a good idea, if my parents don't think this is a good idea, if my family, my partner, my cat, dog, aunts, uncle, whatever, doesn't think it's a good idea, this is what I am being called to do. And regardless of how that might come across to others, I am going to go for it. And this makes so much sense because obviously, again, with the eclipse energy right now, it's a new moon eclipse or a solar eclipse, right? Which is a new beginning. So you're going to find as this energy sort of develops throughout the week, you're probably going to be thinking more and more about how am I really being called to step up into my power? How am I really being called to answer my calling, regardless how scary it might be, how much I may have been putting it off, how much I may have been worried about what's going to be coming up. So this is the conscious energy. There's a lot of forward momentum and a lot of daring energy coming through. Let's move on to the second card, right? So I'm actually going to pull up. So I'm not going to read from the book for these ones because I like to really just do an intuitive reading for you. However, I wanted to just give you a little bit of context. So the second card, this is for the body. So this is more the physical, tangible energy that you're going to be really aware of, things that are actually going to be happening in your immediate environment in the 3D world, right? And this is Lemuria, which is interesting because this is one of the transmission cards. It's definitely not one that would come up as the one that you'd think of first in terms of like a really action-orientated card. But Lemuria here says, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And so Lemuria is an ancient, a lost land, one of Earth's lost lands, right? And this was really, it was a place of peace. It was a place of everyone working together and everything had a purpose, right? One of the things that it says in the book is like that a mosquito is no worse than the sun and no better, right? There was no kind of hierarchy of this person is worth more and this person is worth less or anything like that. So this is, it's literally like heaven on earth, right? It's the kind of energy of creating the exact situation, the exact circumstances, the exact physical surroundings that you are desiring. So because this is a very physical, this is the actual body card, the physical card for the energies of the week, you may find yourself being really drawn to asking yourself, how is it that I'm actually going to be making my immediate surroundings my heaven on earth, right? How am I actually going to tailor this to me? Maybe I need to change things in my home. Maybe I need to change things in my workplace or in the way, or if you're an entrepreneur, which obviously most of my clients, most of my audience are, but not all, obviously, just a lot. It might be how am I maybe setting up my surroundings of how I work, where I work, the circumstances, my desk, my area that I'm in, right? To really start to understand, okay, just because whatever stage I'm at in my life doesn't make me better or worse than somebody else, right? There might be some things coming up where you notice that, oh, okay, this person's doing this, which I'd really love to do, and they're so much further along. And you might start to realize these things because, again, this is the tangible kind of 3D card of things that you're noticing around you. And this time it's important to remember, stop comparing yourself to where somebody else is, right? That person's journey, their personal experience, their entire life, you don't know exactly everything that's led them to where they are right now, right? And they are on that journey for themselves, just as you are. So it's really important to understand you are no worse than them, you are no better than them, there is no hierarchy. It's about figuring out what is your idea of heaven on earth, what is actually your circumstances, your ideal surroundings that you want to place yourself in, and start making those moves. This is the week to start making those moves, right? Because that is that energy. It doesn't mean you have to flip absolutely everything, right? Please don't. We are still very much in that eclipse energy. Things are still going to be coming up. Things are still going to be shown to you that right now may be a little bit hidden. So please don't, I'm definitely not saying to go and make massive rash decisions and huge changes unless that's something that really, again, warrior woman, unless that's something you're very drawn to, in which case go for it. I'm never going to stop you. But definitely not from a place of forcing or pushing, but this is a good energy to work with to start to make those changes, to start to at least start like 7 times, to actually begin those changes, begin those shifts, begin those adjustments in your life. Once you sort of figure out what is it about my current surroundings that isn't lighting me up, how do I create something that feels a lot more like me, a lot more like heaven, a lot more like bliss, right? Ask yourself that question, what invokes bliss in me and how I'm surrounded every day? How can I change this in terms of my structure and in terms of my surroundings on a day-to-day basis, even if it's in some small ways, right? So you're going to be aware of that coming up this week. The final card, I always promise I'm going to make these as quick as possible and then Spirit and my favorite word for it at the moment is Sky Daddy. One of my mentors said that recently, and I'm really liking Sky Daddy at the moment instead of Source and Spirit and God and whatever feels good for you, but Sky Daddy is my thing right now. So third card, right? Third card. Sky Daddy always has more things to come through. So now we dive into the soul. So we've gone through the mind, the body, and now it's the soul. So this is more of the subconscious, underlying kind of deeper type of energies, right? And we have trust the niggle. Trust the niggle. It says on here, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Right. So this card, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. This one, I don't think it can really be more clear than that. You are going to definitely be getting some intuitive hits coming through this week. If you can take the time and the effort to tune into yourself, to really, however it is that you feels best for you, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditating, whether it's going for a long walk and just in silence or whatever, or having a shower, right? I always get intuition and downloads in the shower. Whatever feels good for you, however you normally find you're really tapped in with your intuition and your gut instincts, take the time for that this week, because your intuition is going to be having a lot to tell you. It's going to be having those niggling little feelings that are going to be propping up. If you're not aware of them, you're probably going to miss them, right? That's literally what this card is. It's the subconscious kind of underlying energies, where if you're just completely in your 3D and completely on your mindset and just focus and blah, 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 and you just don't even tune in at all, you're probably going to miss this. But now that you're here, and I know that you're not like that, right? You wouldn't be here if you were. But sometimes we all need that reminder to take that time to go within a little more. And this week, when you do, you're going to find that you're going to get those little hits, those little niggles of like, oh, I want to go do this. Oh, I want to explore this more. Oh, no, I don't want to go that way. Like, you're going to get those niggles of changes that you want to make, directions you want to move into, just random little hits of inspiration that are going to come through if you're listening for it. There is going to be a lot of that coming through this week. And again, this makes so much sense with the eclipse energy, because things are unraveling. It is just the new moon. It is the start. It is the like blank slate. There's so much to be built on from here, right? But this is the time to really listen, because often when it's a blank slate, when it's very quiet, when it's very still, that is the best time, right? When things are going a million miles a minute and everything's happening all at once and you just can't, sit down to scratch your bum for a moment, that can be a really hard time sometimes to tune back in, right? When it's a blank slate, when it's clean, when it's pure, when it's that clean, clear new moon energy is such a good time to actually tune in deeper and just see, like, here's my soul, here's the bear that I am. Like, this is me being, completely naked and bare. What is coming through me? So that's the energies for the week. To give you a bit of a quick summary, so we've got the Warrior Woman card for your mindset. So definitely time to start thinking about how are you going to go after what you really want. Put away the fears, move through your fears, process them, get support if you need to, whatever you need to do. But now is the time to take some action, to be that warrior woman who goes after what she wants, or he, right? But most of my audience is she. The second card, the body, we've got Lemuria. So there is definitely this desire to beautify, to blissfulize, I'm just making up words now, to really create that heaven on earth in your physical space. How can you do this in your immediate surroundings, in your work life, in your home life, in your anything else life, right? How do you get to make more of that blissful feeling, that more of that heaven on earth in your life? And then we've got Trust the Niggle for your soul card. So underlying all of this, there's those niggling feelings, there's that those intuitive hits coming through, those inspirations, those little guidance, those little nuggets. Listen for them. Be open to them. Don't get so caught up in all of the energies that you don't even give yourself that space, because if you don't, you're probably going to miss them. And if you do, they are going to be incredible, because they are going to spur you on even more with that warrior woman energy. They're going to give you that confidence and that gusto to be like, yes, I have got this. I am going to make this happen. This is a done deal. I am capable of this. I am worthy. Let's go, right? So that's it for the week. I'm going to leave it there. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for everyone who did jump on live while I record this on Facebook. And thank you everybody who's tuning in on YouTube once this is all uploaded there. Sending you so much love, and I will see you next week once we are out of the peak of the eclipse energy, and we will see what comes next. Sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye.